Hi, I'm Trevor, the CEO of the same foundation. The donation we received from Interbet helped us in procuring vital, life-saving medical equipment and PPE for Tygerberg and Groote hospitals in the Western Cape. This was while the Western Cape was the epicenter of the pandemic. If you would like to get in touch or assist us in these projects, you can get hold of us on our website, which is www.samefoundation.org.za, Facebook and Instagram or LinkedIn.
We have a feature race jackpot for you at Hollywoodbets Scottsville, Sunday the 28th of April, and the first leg is race 4 off at 2:05. It's the in full flight handicap. It's listed over 1,100 meters. It's attracted a very competitive lineup of 15 runners, although we do have one scratching already in the form of number 6, Raven Black. Before we proceed, here's our interview package with Peter Muscat, Michelle Ricks, and Michael Roberts.
Yeah, Kwasi for sure has his first run since his Cape Town trip. 1,100 meters is going to be on the sharp side for him. He has the welter 63.5 to shoulder, but he's as honest as the day is long. And if the weight is not too much of an impost, he could run into the back end of quartets.
Yeah, Warren, he's a horse that we haven't had for very long. He's come from Joburg. We've put him in this race. We might have thrown him a little bit in the deep end, but we need to gauge with him. He's a horse that's had a bit of temperament issues. I've spoken to Gavin Larena. We've seemed to have quiet him down a little bit. So it's just a stepping block for him and seeing where we are for the season ahead.
Very much so. It's a tough race. When I went through the race, I thought, yes, there's many horses chances, but. We're going to need the run of the race, but, he'll be there at the finish.
Traveller will be there at the finish. Michael Roberts has got some nice runners at Hollywoodbets Scottsville on Sunday. And this is a handicap. It's the in-full flight handicap. It's a race that gets the sprinters going ahead of the Golden Horse Sprint for 1 million rand later on in the season on the 1st of June. In fact, as a handicap, D's, one has always got to tread warily, but I'm gonna nail my colours to the mast here. I'm firmly in the camp of the improving number 12, King of the Gauls, with just 52.5 on its back. I can't see fellow 3-year-old Cliffhanger, who's unbeaten over track and trip. I acknowledge that. I cannot see Cliffhanger giving him as much as 5.5 kilos, and I'm only going to back up number 12, King of the Gauls, with one horse. And that's number 8, Good Traveller from the Michael Roberts stable. I think Good King of the Gauls has got Hit 'em Hard Sunshine safely held. And I think the horse that will be finishing off the race best of all will indeed be the top weight Kwasi for sure. That's how I see the in-full flight handicap unfolding. King of the Gauls, the winner ahead of Good Traveller. The minor money up for grabs.
Well, Graham has been a big help if those numbers have to arrive, because I saw it a bit more competitive than that. This horse, King of the Gauls, Graham, having watched him in KZN, having watched him in Cape Town, and having watched him last time out when he won, I must say that he seems to be maturing now, because he wasn't a straightforward ride when he started off his career, but he seems to be more aware of himself and what is needed in a race now. And, a guy like Richard Fourie seems to have got the right tune out of him. Sean Veal will actually partner him for the first time, and it is a low weight, I hear you. He goes 1,100 meters. So, if he's the horse that I saw last time out that came to the track, then you could be right. He could be the right horse in the race, because he could be under the radar when it comes to his rating of 97. And you mentioned, the low weight of 52.5 kgs, but let's see how he is on Sunday at Hollywoodbets Scottsville, because he is no stranger to the surroundings there. In fact, he's run some of his better races at that course. What about Captain Bombshell, Graham? I mean, he's a horse who surprised us when he won 3 starts back at any price. But since then, he's held his form, and there is a line of form between himself and a horse like Good Traveller. But he's a horse that's, he's threatening to win again after winning at big odds 3 starts back.
There's so many horses here that are threatening to win, which is why I've taken a shortcut, because I have to. Can't go wide in every race. So again, if you're going to structure your perms differently and perhaps decide to go shorter elsewhere or find a couple of bankers that you're confident with later on, then you don't have to go as short as I'm suggesting in this race. King of the Gauls for me is more about reputation. Tony Rivelin knows what a good horse is, and for this horse to get into the Golden Horse, he's got to win this race. If he can't win this race for 52.5, then he clearly has a very limited chance of A, making the field for the Golden Horse, and B, if he does, winning it. But Captain Bombshell, clearly knocking at the door. Even Don Carrari, strictly on form, beaten only a length and a half by King of the Gauls, has got to have a shout. But then when you start delving into the form, then Hit 'em Hard Sunshine comes into the race with a bit of a chance, Quasi for sure. Cabinet Shuffle could improve to get into the money. Chocolate Bomb, first run for the Michelle Rex Harold Crawford stable. So you can start to, and Cliffhanger, of course, who deserves more than just a mention. He brings good form and an unbeaten track and trip record into the race. So yeah, it's the weights. Captain Bombshell 59.5, King of the Gauls 52.5, Don Carrari 52. It is a handicap. It's designed to bring them closer together. It's designed to be competitive. But sometimes you've just got to stand your ground and say, okay, so if they're right about King of the Gauls, and they've had very high expectations for him.
Sure.
He's taken a while to he's been to Cape Town and back. He was rushed into the gold rush to see if he gets a mile for 7.5 million rand. You're going to do all of that sort of thing.
Sure.
Now he's back to where he belongs, and I think the prep has probably gone well, and he's come through his last race well, and I think it's onwards and upwards for him. But of course, this race is really going to show us where we are with King of the Gauls. So you've got to take a view, you've got to take a stand, and I'm in the camp of number 12, King of the Gauls.
12-8, what's the cover number? You gave 3
Oh, no, I
numbers?
just gave 8. Good traveller.
12
I think the minor money's up for grabs. If I happen to flick it right, 12 from 8 or 8 from 12, those are the two I'm putting into the pick 6.
Well, that is a big saving there, Graham. If you can come through
It's only a
this...
saving if you come through.
Yep, that's it. That's right. If you can come through with 2 runners, I think you're a winner. Yep. 8 and 12 for Graham. I'll see it a bit more trickier. I'm going 1, 7, 8, 12, 13, and 14.
My name is Beston. I live in Cape Town. Also, I do delivery. Interbet helped me to realize my dreams. Now I have my own delivery vehicle, and I'm able to do the removal in and around Cape Town.